What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Shit Talkin' Tuesday. We're your hosts, Miriah and Ty. Ty, happy Tuesday. Happy Victory Tuesday. How you doing?
Exactly. Exactly. It is a victory Tuesday. Feeling good. The vibes are still high after getting back in the win column. So
Mm-hmm.
here we are. How are you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Feels good to finally get on here and, not have to mope and talk about all this bad shit, like we
Yeah.
actually have a win. And it feels like it's been forever, like to win in week 1 and not win again till week 4, like man, it feels like a long couple
Yeah.
weeks. Like and you don't want to be already in the loser category, like the football season just started and we're already like dreading, football because we're
Yep.
losing. It's like no good. So finally vibes are back up. Like I told Ty, I decided we'll do a few giveaways today since, it's been so long since we won. We got to celebrate. So we'll definitely do a few giveaways towards the end of the show. But yeah, chat, what's up? Hope everybody's doing great. Hope everybody got through their Monday well and the week's rolling. Let's see who we got in here. Throwback, of course.
What's
First
up?
in the building. Appreciate you, sir, as always. Brandon, what's good? Don, what's up? Appreciate you, sis, as always. Daniel Barry, what's good? What's good? Jimmy, what up? For all those that watch back on replay that aren't in chat, what's up? We appreciate you all. Weekend was good. Weekend was good.
What's up, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Dawn? Everybody's in the house. Love it.
Um, so a couple things before we talk about the game or anything. Some things that came out in the news that we'll kind of talk about first. First thing is the team signed linebacker Jalen Graham to the roster. Just a refresh. Obviously, the 49ers drafted him a year. So, not this draft that just passed, but the year before that, drafted him. This season, he did not make the roster and he did not make it back. Who knows? He ended up signing to Washington Commanders practice squad. Who knows
Mhm.
if he had a chance to sign for a 49ers practice squad or what happened there. But for whatever reason, he ended up on the Commanders practice squad with, some injuries at linebacker. Obviously, DFF is banged up. D Winters has been banged up. Fred's dealing with something, even though, it's day to day, still, the linebacker room is pretty banged up there. So
Mhm.
the 49ers, they had 2 roster spots available. So he took one of them. At least, I was upset that, we lost him.
Yeah.
Obviously, he last season, we got to see him play a little bit towards the end of the season. Not, too much of anything, but I felt like we drafted him. He never seemed like, oh, like he's gonna be a bust or nothing like that. Like everything about him was always positive. Obviously, just with our linebacker room, it's hard to get playing time, right? Like,
Yep.
Greenlaw was healthy at the time. Fred, whatever. Like it's hard to get in there. And obviously Luter Jr., which we drafted in the 7th round this season, he made the roster this year instead of Jalen Graham. But to get him back onto the team now, he obviously is familiar with the scheme. And like I said, I hated that we lost him just because like we felt like we gave up on him so early, right? Like
Yeah.
sometimes it takes these guys a little bit of time to develop. Like it's not like he was an early round draft pick. Like it takes time. So hopefully, he can get in there and get some playing time, see what he's all about. Thoughts?
Yeah. Our linebacker room suddenly got very thin.
Yeah,
Curtis Robinson's going down. Then
I
you
hate
hear
that.
DFS. Yeah, I know. I hated that because I really liked him.
Mhm.
DFF's dealing with some stuff. All of a sudden, We hear Fred. Now, Fred's never injured, but so for him to not
Right.
go back into the game yesterday, had to be something really bugging him. So you look down the depth chart and it's like, yo, we are thin all of a sudden. So we needed to make a move. We needed to bring somebody in. Thank goodness they went out and went with someone they're familiar with.
Yeah.
Yes, he's a young guy, but it's exactly like you said. We saw him and we saw him like make some flash plays. We saw him do something. We saw, last preseason, he and D Winters was flying around
Yeah.
making plays. This year, he was in there making plays. So, like a lot of us, you, me, a lot of fans were like, oh, we didn't keep Jalen Graham?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? So I'm glad that they went out and brought him back. Right? Give him the opportunity to continue to develop in this core because he can be one of those guys in the future that we can rely on. Like, I think we all envisioned that. We all envisioned, Fred and Dre, and then behind them was D Winters and Jalen Graham.
Mm-hmm.
So let's keep those vibes going. I
Yeah.
really like that they went out and they didn't panic and be like, oh, we need this veteran guy that's been in the league for 15 years and he can help us. No, they went out and got a young piece that they actually drafted. So I
Mm-hmm.
applaud the move.
Same. And I'm glad that he was still there available for us to actually get,
Yeah, thank God he was
like,
still on their practice
yeah,
squad and not the 53, because then we'd have been
exactly.
ass out.
And then, like we mentioned, Fred, obviously he got banged up in the game. They did say that it's day to day. So
Mm-hmm.
great news. Anytime,
Yeah.
you can hear that these guys are day to day and it's nothing, serious. Um, every injury from this game, they all ended up being day to day. So nothing too serious.
I know.
Thankfully, like I think we've had enough bad injury luck.
Mm-hmm.
And then a couple things, kind of to do with injuries. So Ricky Pearsall, his window can technically be open now. They asked Shanahan if that's going to happen, and he said they weren't sure yet, that they would, announce it in the next couple days. I wouldn't. It doesn't seem like there's anything that would be holding him back, like from what we see, anyways. Like he's out there
Right.
being active, like even that first game, it was only like a few days after, and he's out there
Yeah.
throwing, like run, like doing more than I even was. Like I was
Yeah.
totally shocked. Like I was like, dang, like I would have been dying in bed still, and this guy's out there already doing football activities. Like, so I wouldn't, unless, like it's some medical, like it didn't, the wound's still open, or like we don't know
Yeah.
what that site looks like.
Yeah.
And it's on both sides, like it's not
Right.
just one wound. He actually has two of them. So, I mean, as long as I would think that's like healed up, I wouldn't see that there's no reason why he wouldn't be, returning. Another
Mm-hmm.
one too, an area that we're getting really thin all of a sudden, the D line, Kalia Davis, they're opening his window for return. And I've been itching and itching and itching to see this guy, like
Mm-hmm.
his size, his body type, everything
Yep.
that we've seen from him in the little time that we've got to see has been everything perfect, what we've been needing, what we've been missing. And it's like one thing or another, like we never get to see this guy on the field. Like these injuries, obviously we know his rookie season completely taken out by
Yep.
injuries, and now he got back on the field and then gets injured right away. And he had been playing good before he got injured too. So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully we can actually get him back and like keep him for the rest of the season, like bubble wrap him when he's not,
Yeah.
whatever you got to do to keep him healthy, because like our defense needs like a guy that big body in the middle of the D line
Mm-hmm.
that can stop the run. And he's no slouch when it comes to the pass game either, like he's a pretty all around great talent for defensive tackle for, what exactly we need right now. And then the other thing, this was mentioned last week by John Lynch, and then yesterday it all of a sudden like blew up. I don't know, like went crazy and started getting announced. And that's about CMC having Achilles tendonitis in both Achilles, not just one. And John Lynch didn't mention that on KNBR or one of those things last week, but like he mentioned like the medical terms, for it. And so I think it just went over, most people's heads. And then somehow somebody stuck it into the media's ear this yesterday and it just went crazy. Shanahan was asked about it, if it was something new. And he said, no, it's not new. It's the same thing that he's been dealing with. He said pretty much it started with one leg and like one Achilles, and then the other Achilles having to overcompensate for the other one being weaker. That one then ended up getting it as well. He said one of them hurts and bothers him more than the other, so that's why just one's being talked about, because it's really just the one. It's not like both are bugging him. So I don't know. They said that they're going to start ramping him up here. Who knows what ramping him up means? He could jog on the side of the field and that could be ramped up more than what he did. Like, so who really knows? Who knows what he did when he was in wherever the hell he went, Germany or wherever he went. There's still no word of what exactly happened. Like, did he actually go for those injection shots? What, like, did he go to get a 10th opinion? Like, what the hell's going on? So still very confused about CMC. Like, I'm kind of to the point where I've got, like, I had to get my expectations in control, right? So I'm just telling myself we might not see him at all this season. And if we do, then great. I'll be happy because, I wasn't expecting them to see him at all. And if we don't, okay, well, I was already expecting that, so it's like I've had to set myself up to, this might be a season without CMC. Maybe we never see CMC on the field playing football again. Like there's a reality that could be a possibility, like it's such a bizarre situation that who knows what to even think. Like I'm so confused by the whole CMC thing. So your thoughts on Pearsall, Kalia Davis, CMC?
Yeah, so Ricky Pearsall, first of all, like you said, game one, I was out there and to see warm-ups and to see him just like lifting his arm to catch passes shocked me. Like he can even do that. Like, because remember, a bullet did go through his chest somewhere.
It's not like it just skimmed.
Exactly.
Like it went in and out. Like
exactly. It went through him. So just to see him doing that amazed me, because I'd be like, oh, I'd be laying in the bed somewhere, like my arm fell off,
Yeah.
So to hear that they're opening the window and he could come back is amazing in itself. We have to wait till we hear back from his doctors to see if it's okay, because remember, we are talking about a violent sport here, and can he take blows in the chest and what the impact could do? Is that fully healed? So fingers crossed, all is well. Like we said, first and foremost, we want him just to be a healthy person in life, continue living, no complications or anything like that. And if he's okay to return to the football field and not have to worry about, further damage, then great, because we want to see him fulfill his dream. And I think we're all high on seeing him out there, as fans. So more power to that. So good luck, Ricky. I do hope the fan in me hopes we see him soon. And I know he'll help. Like, he can't hurt. He's got to help.
Yeah, we need him.
Yeah. And Kalia Davis, this, like you said, this is a big guy. Like a lot of us had high hopes on. He's an athlete. He can be a disruptor. And we saw him for a little bit last season when he got out there. And it's like, okay, now we see it. Now we're seeing it. He just needs to get more games under his belt and put it together. I was so distraught for him to hear he had a setback on that knee and he's going to miss the first half of the season.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Kalia. Because I was really hoping he'd be out there as part of the rotation right now. So hopefully he's back pretty soon. And, we're losing linemen. Just like we talked about losing linebackers, we're losing linemen. Jordan Elliott got leg whipped and left the game on Sunday. So that's another lineman down. Hopefully his injury isn't long term.
And he was hurt going into the game. So
Yeah, exactly.
That didn't make it any better,
Yeah.
He probably shouldn't even played.
Well, hopefully, I know. And you know what, considering New England's offensive line being shot the way they are, it probably could have held him out. Just be cautious with it. Let those other guys get some burn. But Kalia Davis, get back. We need you because we need another big body inside.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, we're super thin inside. We had to put Sam Oahu and
Sam, I don't know you.
Sam O. People going to know his name soon. He was out there making plays.
Yeah, he balled.
But him and Gross Matos, they're really like defensive ends, but they moved them inside primarily to help with the rush. Like that's good for a game or two, but over the long haul, we're going to need that big body guy in there, especially when we get in short yardage situations. So fingers crossed he comes back. And then CMC. I don't think any of us really expected him to miraculously return like in week 4 or 5. Like,
yeah.
And whenever you're dealing with a guy with Achilles and he just can't get on the field, he can't even practice. And he's got to go overseas to seek some treatment that's not even legal here or cleared by the FDA here. It's a serious thing. It's like, all right, what you going to do, And luckily, Jordan Mason has risen to the occasion. He has stepped up glowingly, not only running the ball, but receiving as well. Like, don't say we can't do things because CMC isn't here. Put Jordan Mason out there and tell him to do the same things. Give him the opportunity. Because every time we do, he's stepping up.
Yeah.
But for CMC himself, like, just take the time to get right. And if it doesn't happen until December, well, that's the perfect time. That's near playoff time, right?
Yeah.
We get you ramped up then, and we're hitting the playoffs full strength. But if we don't see you, thank God we got Jordan Mason on the field. Yeah, so hopefully, fingers crossed, whatever treatments he got worked, and he'll get out there, at some point, because more firepower for us just increases our chances of bringing home a Lombardi.
Yeah, it's still even more so now that, we find out it's both Achilles. Kyle right there was questioned and said it wasn't nothing new. It's something he's been dealing with. So I still go back to the fact that this wasn't something that just happened in training camp. CMC knew about this. CMC knew about this when he was holding out for his contract.
Yep. That's why he wanted that guaranteed money.
And what if Jordan Mason didn't rise to the freaking occasion? CMC, give me all the money so you guys can't pay another running back, knowing I'm fucking hurt.
Yeah, for me, I think this went back to last season. Because remember last season, in the end of the season, he hurt they said calf, lower leg. Come to find out it was probably his Achilles. Remember, they held him out for the last 2 games of the season, was it? Definitely the last game. A lot of people didn't play because, for that. So he's probably been dealing with this since then.
And he was always on the sidelines doing
you'd see him like stretching that thing. Yeah. Didn't he have a gun at one point doing on his calf and his lower, like near his ankle and Achilles?
All kinds of shit. He's always doing shit over there, And it's like, and then your ass is going to hold out Like, and I'm all for the guys getting their money, but you're holding out knowing you're injured at that exact freaking time that you're holding out. Like,
Yep. That's the part I don't like. I understand you're valuable. You want your money guaranteed. All players want some type of guarantee. Cool. But if you're doing it for a reason of, well, I'm injured, I better get what I could get because I may not see the field, that's fucked up. I'm not a fan of that.
Alberto says, I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
CMC went hard in his honeymoon. What's up, Alberto? What's up, Bebop?
What up, people?
I see that you got your stuff. You're welcome. I'm glad it made it.
Nice.
That he says, Miriah, I also want to thank you for not quitting on us because I remember when you were going to let us go. I love your shows. I always look forward to them. So thank you. I appreciate that, Alberto. It's been, you know, a few times where it's crept up, you know, in the head, in my mind, you know, negative thoughts, crazy shit, you know, overcomes your mind. And I start thinking like, why am I doing all this fucking work? You know, like this, it's not like I can just sit down and it's just so easy to put these shows together. Like I got to put a lot of work into the shows and like, you know, at times I'm thinking like, for what? Like so much work.
Right? What's
like,
the purpose? Yeah.
You know, like you going to work every single day and not getting a paycheck, you know, like it just, you know, you start to feel defeated. And so, yeah, it's been tough, but we're pushing through. We're pushing through.
She's still grinding, y'all.
Yeah. Because you guys are awesome. That's why. But speaking of that, let me share this with you guys real quick. So those that aren't on Twitter are aware that we're going to have this giveaway going once my channel hits 900 subs. We're going to be doing a giveaway for this Dub City shirt.
Nice.
So you can, you know, whatever size, color, comes in the red, the black, white. Shout out to Faithful Gear, Inspector Dabbit over there. But yeah, I had a friends come forward and say that they would sponsor that giveaway. And so we decided to do that. His new Fred Warner Dub City design. And then as well as that, we're also going to be doing a giveaway for this Aaron Banks autograph, this Brock Purdy artwork. It's the one that's numbered and signed by the artist. And then this Jair Brown auto as well. And those are, you know, giveaways for here and on Twitter. And of course, once we hit 900, then, you know, I'll add in the giveaways that are exclusively for over here on Twitter. I mean, on YouTube. But just so that you guys over here are aware, those that aren't on Twitter are aware what's going on. Once you guys obviously see we hit 900, I'll notify, you know, you guys how to enter. And that way, you know, those that aren't on Twitter are able to get entered as well. So, yeah. Hopefully, you know, we can get there sooner or later. So make sure
you share the page. Tell a faithful friend. Exactly.
Yep. Yeah. Sooner we get there, the better shit we can give away. And then obviously once we hit 1,000, we're going to be doing a jersey giveaway. Player team of your choice, just has to be, you know, a current player. You know, and if you know people that watch on the WNBA show, you know, it can be a WNBA jersey. It doesn't have to be an NFL jersey. I know there's fans of other teams that watch as well that aren't 49ers fans. So, you know, of course, I'm not going to get you a 49ers jersey, get you a jersey, you know, of your team, your players. So, yeah. You know, please help share the channel, help grow the channel. With all that being said, make sure that you guys are subscribed to Ty's channel as well. The link is in the description box of this video. So all you do is have to click it, Go over there, subscribe. It's free. We ain't asking y'all to pay us anything. It's just a
Nope.
free little click of a button. It's greatly appreciated and it helps us tremendously. Like, I wouldn't be up here asking y'all to be subscribing and liking the video. Like, I know it gets annoying watching all the content, and all the content creators are always saying like and subscribe, like and subscribe. Trust me, I know it's annoying, but it helps us so much. Like, our channels can't do basically anything. They have no traction on YouTube unless those likes and subscribes, hit
Exactly.
the algorithm and send your channel into there, or else you kind of just get locked into the basement and away you go. Let me show you what we're giving away on today's show as well. We're gonna do the best tutties with
Nice.
Bosa and Fred Warner. We got Brock Purdy flamethrower. Brock Purdy been playing at an amazing level there. Shout out to this
Jake
guy
Money.
for coming back. He has misses one freaking kick, and the faithful have his ass, but he came back. He didn't let it get to him, so we're gonna show him some love. And then we got the numbered Jair Brown. See, it's numbered there. Rookie card. I like this design. These ones are pretty cool.
Yeah. It's that background.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah.
Well, we can have you guys go ahead and start getting entered in that. Hashtag Dub City. DUBCITY. I'll put the banner up right now so you guys can see. So you guys ain't fucking it up, okay? I know you guys like to fuck shit up around here.
Misspelling it. Entering the wrong hashtag. Maybe entering the hashtag from the last show. Come on, people.
Yep, trying to get in there fast.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Ty, about the game. Obviously, we talked about, we had to start winning these games that we're supposed to win. And it was going to be time to freaking panic. Had you racked up another L, like it's you're making it very hard on yourselves to be, basically have to be perfect the rest of the freaking season. But thankfully, hey, people want to say now, oh, it was just the Patriots. Well, we have to beat who's in front of us. We bitched them out last week for losing to the Rams, a team they should have beat, right? I don't care. Just I don't care what team lines up in front of you. Get the freaking dub. And they did that. And, special teams was still pretty ass. As far as like the returns and stuff like that, Moody was fine and, whatever. But offense and defense both showed up. Like defense, holy shit. Like we had,
they really showed up.
That's like we were talking about, Sam, I don't know you. Like he gets pulled up from the practice squad, and thank goodness, because our D line's so thin, and he made play after play after play. Like holy shit. You had the rookie Mustafa starting for his first game, and he missed that first third down tackle, and then after that, like he balled out, and I was thinking after he missed that tackle, like please have a short memory, right? Like don't let that get into your head, and now all of a sudden, like it's going to be a bad game, because we know what he's capable of, and he was great the rest of the game. Like the guys, they showed up. Overall thoughts on this game?
Yeah. First of all, I know it was just the Patriots, but what we wanted to see was them win convincingly against a bad opponent.
Right.
Like if this would have been a 1-point game, it'd have been like, okay, that's not what we want to see. We want to see a convincing win. We all said it should be a convincing win, and that's exactly what it was. It was good to see them just go out and execute for 60 minutes, and that's the biggest takeaway. throughout
Okay.
the entire ball game. All three phases balled out. There was a few blunders here and there. The big one being on the fumble on special teams, which I think that was just the rookie Isaac Garendo. He made a bad decision. I don't
Yeah.
know why you would run right up the back of your teammate who's blocking for you. Dumb decision by him. But other than that, it was sound football in all three phases. Um, the offense once again got to the red zone. First two drives, couldn't punch it in. So that was like, okay, let's get it together. It was cool to see them actually punch it in during the game. As the game went on, they got that ish together and scored touchdowns. So that was great to see. It was great to see them finally use George Kittle as an end zone target.
What a
You know, I,
catch.
I say over and over, he's 6'5" tall, weighs like 250. He's he's a matchup nightmare. He's too big for DBs. He's too quick for linebackers. He's too big for them too. Like, throw him the ball in the end zone.
Yeah.
Let him do his thing. And that's exactly what that play was. It was a play that was designed to go straight to him, and Brock just threw it up for him. Like, I'm going to just throw it up for my guy in the back of the end zone. And he went up and got it. That's his skill set. So that was great to see. Jordan Mason was Jordan Mason. Brock was dealing. Everybody was dealing. It was good stuff. The defense was the real story of the game. Like you mentioned, they were balling out. I mean, Fred was Fred. So, like,
So
you can
good.
spend the whole show talking about Fred. That's how good he is. But other players stepped up, especially the defensive line. And I know that the offensive line of the Patriots is banged up, and they got banged up during the game. But it was good to see the defense take advantage of it. Take advantage of those mismatches. Oh, there's a backup in there. No problem. I'm going to dominate him. That's what you want to see. And that's exactly what they did. And it was good to see, like, the backups, like a Sam O. Let's just call him Sam O. Step in and get some run. Evan Anderson get some run. Oh man, who's the other guy? Our other defensive tackle that's been on the team for a while now. Number 90, Kevin Givens.
Oh,
Jesus,
yeah.
Kevin Givens.
Yeah. Givens
Yeah,
had a great game.
Kevin Givens stepped into the starter role and produced,
I
right? And
like
he's a
him. Yeah.
backup. I
Yeah.
always like Kevin Givens. Whenever he's gotten opportunities, he's flashed. It's just that he's been a backup rotational guy for so long, but he's flashed. So it was great to see those guys get out there and hunt and do their thing. And it just makes you feel good. Like, all right, this is a great tune-up game. This is what we needed to see going into the gauntlet of our schedule.
Yeah.
But for this Sunday, it was awesome.
Yeah. Let's say what's up to a few people. We got Jess in the house, Ty's other co-host. What's up,
What up,
Jess?
Jess?
We got 49ers Jive. What's good, sir? Appreciate you
Yep.
coming through. Miss Debbie. Good to see you, Miss Debbie. Much love, much love. As always, you already know. I hope you're feeling a little bit better today. Just a little bit better than yesterday. That's all we got to do, Miss Deb. Niakila, what's up?
What's up?
Steve-O, what's good, Steve-O? Steve-O had got me something. That's why I was looking all over here like a weirdo when you were talking, because I thought I had set it here because I was going to show it off, but I don't know where the hell I did with it. So on my next show, Thursday, I'll have to show it off. Yeah, appreciate you. Rick Diaz, what's up, Rick? Make sure I didn't miss anybody. What's up, Jason? All right. Hashtag Dub City to
Yeah.
get into the giveaways.
I don't see
Hashtag
the
Dub
entries. Yeah.
City.
Get
What?
those entries in, y'all. Hashtag
Yeah.
Dub City. There's got 3
We
awesome
got
cards there.
Best Tuddies. We got Brock Purdy, Flamethrower. Got Jake Moody, rated rookie. And we got the numbered Jair Brown. So get in there. Hashtag Dub City. Yeah, man, that catch by Kittle, like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is, I know you talked about it, but like, we can't stress it enough. The George Kittle, like, that we've been robbed of for years. Like, imagine with his numbers. Like, I'm so sick of always, the whole him being compared to Kelsey thing, because we know Kelsey
Yeah.
can't block worth of fucking dog shit.
I know.
And then George, he gets the shit end of the deal because he always is having to freaking block, and it's just like, well, if he was, and this, I always felt like this way at work too, like the more that they know that and the harder that you work, they're gonna expect that from you. Meanwhile, there's dumbasses just standing around not doing shit that they expect nothing from, because they don't ever get nothing from them, right?
Yep.
So it's like, if George would, just be a shit blocker, well, then we could be actually getting this from him. Like, we could be using him in the passing game. Like, we know what he's capable of, and the yak, like, so much. And he has to be used in the freaking blocking game, because our O-line is constantly shit year after year after year. And thankfully we do have a George Kittle, because if not, could you imagine, like, our quarterback Jimmy would have been, oh my God, he would have splatted more than he already was. Like, but yeah, it was good to see, obviously you never want to see guys getting into the game because of injuries, right? But I mean, when somebody's injured, you have these guys, the perfect opportunity. You get your names called, get in there, step up, and
step it up.
Make them, not be able to take your name out of the rotation. And we got to see, like I mentioned earlier, Mustafa came in, stepped it up. Renardo Green took over the starting
spot.
Run.
Yeah.
After halftime, he came in, did great, like hella good. The D-line, you had mentioned his name.
Kevin Givens, Sam O, Evan Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson. It was good to see him actually get in and be able to get some play and prove that, he can actually belong, like he belongs. So yeah, like, I'm glad that, like, the score ended up being closer than, like, it was a complete blowout the entire game, and the score doesn't reflect, like, it's actually seems closer than what it was, because like garbage time at the end and all this shit. But we had a sizable lead enough that I felt Kyle wasn't, like, we were able to get the young guys in there and Kyle not be panicking like usual, like, and he said, like, especially with the Renardo Green, like, he said the plan is to work him, into the lineup, like they're doing with D Winters and them. So hopefully we do see more Renardo Green, because man, he had a hell of it was just half of a game, but shit, like, if we can get that, and that with what we saw from the preseason, what we saw from training camp, from all reports, like, he seems to be the real deal. Like, I would like to see him in there being used more, whether that means Diamador Lenore has to be moved to the outside, or however they do it. Because they obviously both can play both positions. So do what you got to do, but get those other chumps out of there.
Exactly. And this is something that we talked about last week, like playing these young players. You drafted them for a reason. They have shown potential, and you spoke about their potential. Like, you speak about, oh, D Winters, he reminds you of a young Greenlaw, the way he flies around. And Renardo Green, John Lynch talking about, we can perceive him being our nickel corner someday, but he has the skills to play outside as well, just like Diamador Lenore. Like, Okay, if you're seeing this every day in practice and everything, and this is what you believe, get them on the field for some run. And I'm not talking about start them for all 60 snaps, but
Right.
you can relieve your starter here and there and give them some run. The same way they worked in D Winters. All right, DFF, get off the field. D, get in there. You're going to play a few snaps this series. And you sub guys the same way they do the defensive line rotation. A guy will get in there, get a bunch of snaps, get them out. Let's rotate. That's what you do with these young guys. You get their feet wet, you get them in the flow of the game, get them used to the speed of the game, so that down the road, if you happen to need them for 20 snaps, 30 snaps, someone gets injured the full game, at least they got that experience under their belt. So I'm so happy we saw that. Like, thank goodness. When I saw that Zero was out there lining up on the outside, I was like, yes, finally. Like, this is what we're talking about. Like, get them out there. Sheesh. Yeah. So hopefully this is the trend going forward for the rest of the season. We see those young guys.
I agree. And, I would like to see the same once Jalen Graham gets back in there and gets his feet, gets back comfortable in practice, whether that takes a week or two or whatever. Start easing him in for snaps too, hopefully we don't need him before that. We'll see. I don't know, like, what's going on with DFF and all that, but I would rather see these young guys in there instead of him anyways. If D Winters can actually stay healthy, it would be great to have him playing in there besides Fred.
But he played. He was out there. So he's healthy enough to get on the field. So hopefully, fingers crossed, he's there. Because we may need him. You may need him to start this Sunday. So we'll see how this week goes.
Alberto brought up Malik Collins too. He's been, I think he's been great for us.
He's been great since day one.
Like that's been a huge trade, especially now that we're so thin, and all these guys, like
he's all of a sudden defensive tackle number one.
Right.
He's the guy, right? That you are going to look to cause havoc on the inside. And he's stepped up his game. Like I said, he's been playing well since week one. He's been shedding guys and being good in the run game as well as the pass game, pushing the pocket. I got no problem with Malik Collins. That might be the best trade we pulled off in a minute. Since Emmanuel Sanders, maybe, I don't know, but that was a darn good pickup. One that's definitely worth it right now.
And shout out to D'Amico Ryans because, whatever the reason why, Malik Collins wasn't fitting there anymore, him and Shanahan both said that he told Shanahan, like, he's perfect for what you guys do over there, he's going to fit what you guys do perfectly. So I think shout out to him for still helping us out, a little bit and letting us, trade for the guy instead of sending him off somewhere else,
I think it was a depth issue. They just got pieces. D'Amico can put together a defense. So it was like, hey, you got an excess guy. We're interested. And it was like, oh, yeah, I got one for you. And it's cool to see like those coaches collaborating and like, oh, yeah. I got one for you. That's cool. Like, no, you can't have my guy. May see you in the Super Bowl. Nope.
Well, that's better cool. Come to us than like the ops, like Philly or
exactly. I know. Send them Seattle, something like that.
Like, yeah, you're supposed to still hate those people. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Last call. Hashtag Dub City, DUBCITY to get into the giveaway. I'm going to draw Jake Moody first, and then I'm going to draw Best Tuddies, and then the Jair Brown, and then Brock last. So that'll be the order. Let's do it. I love Pooney. Pooney has been such like a freaking, I don't know what other word like saying to use, but like godsend, like that's what comes to my mind. Like, I don't know, like, like a weird saying to use, but like like, I don't know what other saying fits, that same way, but that's how it seems, like we weren't expecting, him to be the starter, like when we drafted him, we had other guys there, and it was kind of like, okay, we know we needed O-line, but not specifically that spot, like it was kind of a weird situation. And then like he just, man, what a surprise. What a pleasant freaking surprise, because he's been great. Like so good. Like everything that you could possibly, like he's better than round one O-lineman that I see for other teams out there, like such a fucking stud.
And it's crazy, like he got thrown out there because of injury, and now it's like we don't even think about the injury. Like no one's even questioning, oh man, when is Feliciano coming back? Nope, we got Pooney out there. So he was definitely a great find, the pick of the draft for us. Like he's that dude. And we talk about a guy that has been showing up since day one, since practice, when training camp. People that went out there said he's looked good. We saw it in preseason. He's looked good. And it's like, oh, but that's just preseason. How will it translate to the actual season? It translates well. He's that dude. So, got no problem with Pooney.
No, he's a stud. All right. Good luck, everybody.
Right, here we go.
This is for Jake Moody. Money Moody.
Money, 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 money.
Niakila.
Hey. Congrats.
Congrats. All right. This is for Best Hoodies. Good luck.
Let's see if Niakila doubles up.
Steve-O.
He's on a roll lately.
Steve-O the hoe.
He's got that hoe magic. That's what you're saying?
Yeah. Congrats. All right. This is for the numbered Jair Brown.
Oh, sweet.
It's number 324 out of 625.
There you go. This is a good one, people. Good luck to those who... Dawn.
Congrats, right. Dawn.
Congrats, peoples.
All right. This is for the Brock Purdy flamethrower.
Oh, the big dog.
Good luck.
This is when the algorithm pulls a double. Oh, no.
Debbie.
This is Deb.
Yay. Congrats. Let's play y'all a little video here. We got this guy back, so, well, kind of. Wait, hold on. Let me take this comment off the screen. Let me get it together here, people.
Act like you've done this before.
Yeah. That kind of like cut off on my screen. Was it cut off on your guys' too?
Nah, I saw it full. I didn't check the stream though.
That's okay. As long as you saw it full, then it showed full. Mine only showed like quarter of a second.
Oh wow.
You went down.
Wow.
All right. Congrats, Niakila, Steve-O, Don, Miss Debbie. Congrats. congrats to us all because we're winners this week.
Heck yeah.
So I know we don't get into this next game too much on this show, but just kind of thoughts like Arizona, they're trying to get it together. Obviously, we know their little midget quarterback
Yep.
been out, and now he's finally coming back, and they got new coaches, and they're kind of looking, I don't know, up and down and whatever. But we've seen that team beat us before with
Yep.
literally nobody out there. I think
Without
they
their
had like
weapons.
Dobbs was their quarterback, and people we never heard of scoring touchdowns on us. Like,
yeah, we all remember the Colt McCoy game.
Yeah.
It was like, what the heck happened there? So yeah, those freaking Cardinals. It's always tricky. They can be tough, or we could blow them out. That seems to be the way.
Yeah.
So the way they looked last week versus Washington, they looked real weak. Their defensive line looked weak, and their offensive line looked weak. So hopefully we can take advantage of that the same way Washington did, right? If stupid Dan Campbell could put together a game plan and take advantage of that, I'm pretty sure Kyle Shanahan can do the same. Like, make it happen. And we should see the same type of performance. Kyler Murray hasn't been running around like he normally does. I think he's trying to preserve his body and not get injured so much. So if that's the case, that should be helping our pass rushers. Yeah, exactly. Scared to get injured. It gets in your mind after you get injured, every now and then. So hopefully we can get after it.
Fear the bear, buddy.
Exactly. Like, get after them. Win the battle in the trenches and get after them and pound the rock. Like, use Mason, use Garendo, throw Patrick Taylor in there. Pound the rock, because they was giving up runs right up the gut. It was nothing fancy. They just came out and intimidated them. Well, the 49ers can play some bully ball. We all know that. That's our MO. Get to it. And if they want to stack the box, you let Brock be Brock. Because we see he has no problem slinging the ball all over the field. And if they want to double team one guy, we got 3 other guys who can get open. It's the way it is. So this should be another win. I'm not taking the Cardinals lightly because we know division games are always weird, especially in our division. But we're at home. The vibes are high. We've got our warm-up first month of the season out of the way. The team should come out clicking, hitting on all cylinders. Let's go.
Yeah. Hey, Sin.
What's up, Sin?
Yeah, that's why, I've hated Arizona and Murray specifically, is because even when we had a dominant pass rush, it didn't do any good against them because that little weasel's able to just,
squirt out of
through
there
and squirt out one end and
like a
just,
squirrel.
And so, like, I couldn't stand his ass because it's like we couldn't do nothing to stop him when we played him. And it's just like, I just remember like this young Nick Bosa just running around back there all over the place. And Murray's like, screw you, and it was like the battle of the number 1 and number 2 pick running around. And Murray beat him every time because, well, Bosa's not made for that, right? Like,
them little legs just scurrying all over the field.
Like, fuck, I can't stand his ass. And then, so I was worried because obviously you're pairing him up with a Marvin Harrison Jr., and it was just like, okay, what's Arizona going to be this season? They're getting a finally good coach, and all this. Well, they haven't looked great. And even better if Murray's, not trusting himself or he's scared, and like that's exactly how we want him. So yeah, hopefully our pass rush is able to actually do something. Hopefully, the mixture of DCs we got back there running the show, they're able to put their, a good plan to be able to contain Murray, even more so. And Harrison Jr., he can't beat you by himself, so
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing.
like
He cannot beat you by himself. And if we're getting after the quarterback the way we should be able to, because like I said, their offensive line has been looking a bit suspect. Um, we can contain him. I
yeah,
mean, he only had 5 catches for 50 yards last game on Sunday. That's not a world beater. And I
no,
know that first game he played, he went off, but they were leaving him wide open.
right,
It was terrible defense. We're not going to leave him wide open, especially, I would love to see them just leave Lenore outside for a full game. So he would have to deal with Lenore and Ward
yeah,
for all 60 minutes. But yeah, he's going to have his hands full with our secondary. So I don't think he's going to go off like people think he
no,
will go off. Yeah.
especially not against our defense. I don't think so.
Yeah.
He's just not right now in his career. Anyways, maybe in a couple
Right.
years he might,
Yeah.
be that
Yeah.
guy. But with all this noise, he came out and like Steve-O said, like they still can't even buy his jerseys, like all this
Nope.
shit, like wouldn't put his
Yeah.
name like for in the video games, like all this shit, like he should have came out and been having a fucking 1,000 yards by now with all the fucking noise he
Yep.
came out talking like he's
Yeah.
gonna be the greatest thing we've ever seen hit the field, and what's his face in over there in New York with the Giants, like he's balling out way
Neighbors.
more
Yeah.
than freaking like
With
man,
Daniel
that kid is
Jones.
stud. Yeah, neighbors. Woo.
Yeah.
Like he's looking way better than Marvis, whatever his fucking Harrison Jr. at this time, at this
Mhm.
point in his career, anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not like oh no, we got to play this kid. Like, please, like you be scared. You got to line up and play our fucking DBs, okay, buddy?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
we ain't scared of you.
Yeah. Exactly.
And yeah, Brock, like he's been balling, and hopefully once we can get Pearsall back, like get him another weapon, and yeah, oh, he needs all these weapons. No, but the weapons he has, like we need him to do stuff, so hopefully, the guys keep stepping up. BA, he had a lot better game this week, like not getting as much targets. So I don't know if that's, a Shanahan, he's in the doghouse now type thing. Obviously, we saw that shorts video, right, going around where I guess he wore the wrong color
Yeah.
shorts.
He wore the red shorts. Yeah.
So now who knows if he's in the doghouse or what the hell, but it didn't seem like he was targeted that much, but at least he didn't drop the ball when he was targeted. So I'm thankful for that.
And he made a big play.
Yeah. And Juwan Jennings balling, like, man, he's such a baller. And yeah, like, so I'm not worried about Arizona. Like, who do they have that's gonna stop our guys? Like,
right. Yeah. The just to go back to the targets this week were equal.
Were they?
Yeah, it was an equally distributed game. Like Debo got 5 targets, Juwan got 6, BA got 5, and Kittle got 4. Which is the way I feel the offense should be.
Yeah.
Target everyone equally and let them pick their poison. Because you can't guard all of them, all those guys. Right. And they can all make plays, but each of them should have like 5 dedicated targets a game. Like, okay, on this play, he's the guy. You know what I mean? Like, okay, but if he's not there, you go elsewhere, but you call each of their numbers evenly. And I feel the offense is always best when it's distributed equally, right? Not like the Super Bowl where Debo gets 10 targets, but Kittle only gets 2 and BA only has 3. That's not the way it should work. Get everyone involved and you wreak havoc on the defense.
Yeah. Hopefully we get to see these. I want to see this offense just turn up, like remember last season when we were like consistently 31 points, 35, 36, 30, like always over 30. Like we know what this offense is capable of. No CMC, I don't care, regardless of without CMC or not. Like we have the playmakers to be able to do it.
Exactly.
Do it.
Like I want to see that game where we're in the mid 30s to the 40s.
Yeah. Fucking drop 50 on them.
Yeah, exactly. like that first game against the Jets, that should have been a 50 burger game. but the red zone issues caused us to constantly kick field goals.
Yeah.
And we could have really blown them out. So it's like, all right, we need to get that fixed, start scoring multiple touchdowns in the 4 or 5 range, and really put the fear of God in these teams.
I feel like this week we did better. You know, there were still some obviously that that should have been touchdowns, and so many touchdowns we had called back because of freaking penalties.
Oh my gosh.
Like how many times we had to score 1 touchdown to actually get 7
on
points
one
to stick
drive,
on the fucking
right?
board. Like, holy shit.
Scored 3 touchdowns on one drive.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
But at least they were able to get it in there, you know, like,
yeah.
Because that first week it was just like, man, what's going on? But you know, seems hopefully, like we said, it was just the Patriots, but it was just the Patriots. We got to beat whoever the hell's in front of us, and we did that. So,
right.
A lot better than I was feeling last week, that's for sure.
Yep. For sure. You know, a 2-game winning streak is a losing streak is rough. Nobody wanted a 3-game losing streak. If we had lost 3 in a row,
we waited so long. We waited so long for this, and then to go on a 2-game losing streak right off the bat, it's just like, ugh.
Yeah. Man.
Anything else you got going on that you want to tell the good people about?
East Coast Red and Gold show tomorrow. We got Damon Bruce joining us. So that's going to be at 3:30 p.m. Pacific, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. So
all right.
If you're free, join into that, folks. It's good stuff. And like Miriah said, go over to the Stay Faithful podcast, drop a like, subscribe. I'm almost to 250. I'm a ball on the budget. I don't ask for much. Just drop a subscribe, y'all. It doesn't hurt, and I appreciate it.
There you have it. The links in the description box of this video. All you have to do is go click it. It's free. Hit the subscribe over there. We appreciate it. And yeah, me and Ty will be back next Monday and Tuesday for WNBA talk and 49ers talk. And then I'll be back this Thursday with Steph Sanchez for the 2 Goat show at 3 Pacific time. And yeah, that's all I got planned for now. We'll see, you know, if TL comes around this week or not. But if not, then he doesn't. Chat, we appreciate you all. Indeed. As always, you guys are amazing. Much love. I hope you guys all have a safe, great rest of your week. And yeah, it's a winning week, so it's a good week.
Feel good.
Yep. Until next time, we're out of here, faithful.